Hello, hello, hello. You're on with the money lady. If it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense. So, I got a request to go over hard money loans, which is a rehab loan on a flip, and jumbo loans. So, today I'm going to go over that. So, let me pull up the flyer here and then we will go over it. So, if you see my screen here, hard money rehab loans. This is a little house of it not being ready yet. It's a dilapidated house. Let's say, for example, we're buying this house for $30,000. So we're buying the house as is, right, for $30,000. And it's going to cost, let's say, another $30,000 to fix it. So 30 plus 30 is 60, right? So where I will come in at is that I will give you a loan on the ARV value, after repair value, right? So after repair value will be the loan size that I would give you. Depending on the particular loan to value, we call LTV, that the hard money lender is going to give you, that will determine the dollar amount that I'm actually going to be able to lend to you. So let me pull out my handy dandy phone. I love this phone. It's great for calculating. It's great. You can see everything really good. So I'm pulling on my calculator on my actual phone, my phone. So if you're going to buy the house from the seller, the city, whoever owns the house, for $30,000. So we're going to say $30,000. $30,000 is the purchase price. We have to keep in mind there are closing costs involved in any purchase that you do in any state, anywhere. So I usually like to calculate the closing costs to be anywhere from 4.5% to 6% of the purchase price. So $30,000, let's go times 5% of the purchase price, which is going to be $1,500. That's if you were buying the house cash, you didn't need a loan. Since you're going to need a loan from me, it's going to cost you $30,000 to fix the house, plus another $30,000 to rehab the house, put up walls, appliances. I don't know whether you buy a total shell like I did, or whether you just buy a house that needs to be cosmetically fixed. So that means that the sell price and the rehab price cost is going to be $60,000. Now, let's say that after we fix the house altogether, and depending on the comps are abbreviation of comparables in the real estate business. So that means, what does my house compare to the other houses in the neighborhood? When they're going to do an appraisal, you can go anywhere from 5 to 6 miles away from your house to find comparables to your house. So if I'm going to be rehabbing a 3-bedroom house, and so the appraiser is going to compare it to other 3-bedroom houses. So let's say that after we totally finish the house, we renovate the house totally from top to bottom, that it is going to be worth $200,000, right? So the way that you know you have a good deal on a flip is, you're buying it for 30. It's going to cost you 30, which is 60, and then it's going to resell for, let's say, 250. So that's going to be minus 250. That means that you're going to roughly make, give or take, anywhere from 180 to 185 on the high end. Okay. But let's keep all these things in mind. So let's look at this flyer. It's a fix and flip loan, right? So the max leverage is 90% LTC. So that's almost the same thing as the actual loan to value. And the ARV, after repair value, is 70%. So you're going to come to me and say, I would like 70% of the 250,000, which is going to be the ARV, after repair value, after you totally fix the house. So that's $250,000 times 70%. So that's going to give you a total loan amount from me, the lender, of $175,000, right? So this is recorded so you can pause it and go through it back and forth. I've been doing numbers for a long time, so I just go through it quickly. So you know it's a good deal. Why? Because you're going to get $175 from me. You don't have to get the full $175 if you don't want to. In this case, you don't really need the $175. You really only need the, let's say, the purchase price, which was $30,000, plus the rehab price, which was $30,000. So that is a total of $60,000. Okay, $60,000. So that gives you $115,000 afterwards. Keep in mind closing costs. So the closing costs are going to be anywhere from 4.5% to 6%. I like to say 4.5% of that. So once you totally are done with this house, if you decide to get the maximum LTV of the ARV after repair value, you should be walking away less what you owe the hard money lender with the interest, or if you got an investor to give you money to buy the house, then you would also have to take that out. So let's say you do the you're going to get the whole amount that I'm going to give you. So it is 250 times 70%. That's 175. 175 minus 250. You'll net $150,000 after after you get the money from me to purchase the house, get the money from me for the rehab, and you got a lot more money from me as well. So it only cost you around $70,000 to actually do the rehab, the purchase price plus the closing costs. You took an extra $100,000. I don't know whether you wanted to use that to put more stuff inside the place. If it was me, I would take that money and move it to another project and start another project with that. Or you can just get exactly what you needed. And then when you're totally done with the house, then you are going to subtract what you borrowed, what you less the value of the house, which is the ARV. So usually hard money loans normally always start off at 10%. I rarely see them go lower than that. The first houses that I bought when I was 18 in Florida, near Florida State, I think I had a 12.5% interest rate when I bought 4 of those houses at one time. That's fine. As an investor, people that have money and people who invest in real estate don't care about the interest rate. Why? Because your bottom line is going to be so much. If I'm going to get $150,000 after I do the house, I don't care about the 10%. The goal is to get into the house, fix the house as soon as possible, either sell it, which is a flip, or you can hold it, which is you becoming a landlord and you rent. Let me let you know there's different rules in different counties in different states. So we call seasoning. You have to have seasoning, especially in Baltimore City. So what does seasoning mean when it comes to a flip? That means that you cannot buy a house today on the 9th and sell it on the 9th of November for the ARV value. So even if the house is worth $250,000 after you put all the comps in from the appraisal and what you fixed on the house, you're not going to sell it for that because it has to be 90 days seasoning.